What's up, YouTube? Jonathan here, and I'm going to talk to you guys about music management, iTunes, how I use it, and why I think it's pretty good for music management for Virtual DJ, Serato, and Rekordbox. These are the three major things that most DJs use for how you manage your music. I think this is the best way, and I'm going to tell you why. Number one, why I think iTunes is pretty good for music management, because if you have a Mac computer from, I think, the 2018 and under, I believe that's correct, iTunes is free. Number two would be that it's not a very heavy program, meaning when you run Serato, you run Virtual DJ, you run Rekordbox, I believe that they're a little bit heavy once you use them for a pretty extensive time. With iTunes, you could sit around for a pretty long time just going through your database, making changes, and that's pretty dope, where it's not draining your battery as fast, or it's not making your laptop, not say overheat, but definitely warm up. All right. Number three would be 80% of all the columns in iTunes are,
I would say, read or readable. Is that readable? Excuse me.
Readable. Can't think right now. And most of the softwares that we use. So Serato, Virtual DJ, Rekordbox, they're all going to have most of those same columns that you build in iTunes. And number four for me, probably blows it out the water when I found this out and I did this, would be that you could take your entire library on iTunes and you can have it in the palm of your hand on your mobile device, no matter where you are. So I think it's $25, and I'm gonna show you how to get there. For $25 a year, you actually could have your entire library on your phone. And for me, it's pretty good, because basically I could be on the fly and I could go through my library and just tweak some songs. And when I mean tweak some songs, you can't really edit, but you could put them in a playlist or so if it's an event. Or for me, the way I do it is I download music, and after I download that music, I will put it in iTunes. And let's say I just didn't get a chance to listen to everything. You listen to it to hear it, to download it, but you really didn't go through that song to hear it and hear the breaks and what that track's about or so. So that's something you put your headsets on and you go through your library of the new songs, you just download it, and then I can rate them inside my phone into a playlist. So when I get back to my computer, I can make my edits and put my changes where I need to. So let's dive into it. I'm gonna go through the computer and show you how I use it. And this real quick. So as you can see, I have my library up, right? Let me pull this up for you guys. So I'm going to go through a couple things and I'll explain how my library works. Basically how I have it set up. I'm not saying you have to follow me in any direction. I'm still tweaking it, so I think it looks a little crappy. So, and I do it time and time here and there, but I'm not like always on top of it, so it does get a little crazy. But I think the workflow that I have, or the idea, is pretty dope. Again, use what I'm telling you to your best way you want to. Tweak it, change it, whatever. Just this is my tip and how I use it. So there's numerous sections that I have, columns and stuff like that. You can make your folders. And then after that, you go into making playlists and smart playlists, which I'll kind of go through. You should already know how to do that or so. But my system for rating and using this, so it kind of correlates into the Serato, would be, so I have a rating mechanism that I use, or a rating system, right? That's in iTunes. And the thing is, you can't get the stars in there, but I'm gonna rephrase that. You can get the stars in there. There is a tutorial in there to show you how to put emojis in Serato. But I just think that's like too much, and like who goes through all that to put emojis in Serato? Just too much for me, right? Whatever. So we go ahead and we look at this, and we're gonna look at the rating. So the way I have it rated is I have 1 through 5, right? And that just lets me know where I think the song is. I might change it down the road if I see that it's getting better. The people are reacting to the song more. But if it's not really hitting or popping, then I keep it as a 1, or I just take it out of my my repertoire. So the way it works is my ratings are here. Then I have Composer. So Composer reads in Serato, Virtual DJ, and Rekordbox. So composer column, I have it as the B's. I used to do my songs bangers back in the day, and I just switched that, and I said, no, what, B just worked for me, whatever. The way I look at it is the B's replicate the stars, because really, like I said, you can't get the stars into Serato or any other softwares. So the B's replicate the stars. So a B4 is a 4-star rating, B3 is 3, B2, B1, whatever. Now I have my songs, my artists, my BPMs, my genre, and now I have really what I think is the cool section as well, as you have the comments and the grouping section. And some people might be using this, already. If you're not, I would say definitely it's a dope way of setting up quick tags and ideas. Meaning, I know there's a couple DJs, I did see some videos, but this one here that I use would be the comment section. And in the comment section, it shows that you can have it tagged a certain way, right? And what I mean by it being tagged a certain way, right? So you have your genre. Your genre is going to kind of give you what it is, right? It's electric, it's pop, it's hip hop, it's blah blah blah, all that good stuff. But what happens if you want to, narrow down your tag, right? Or not the tag, but the genre. So, or you might think it's a certain song, like a certain style. So then you can go in and you can label it, tech house. Maybe you want this song a throwback, like Bon Jovi. This right here, this is like a redrum house track. And, it is top 40s because, Bon Jovi, it's a classic, blah, blah, blah. But then, it's a throwback as well, right? And it's also rock. So there's numerous ways you could use that to tag. I'm going to show you one that's up here as well. The next one would be grouping. So grouping gets a little tricky, but I think it's a killer feature for you to tag songs together. Now, meaning this can help you with ideas, but you have to take it to a different plateau. Just don't keep using the same 2 songs. Start building ideas of different songs that go with it, and you could label that. What I mean, and make sure I'm looking at it right. I want to highlight this, and just follow me for a couple minutes as I make sure I do this the right way. I don't want the whole song though. So idea, right? So it should be that with this. So let's say you played these songs one night out or whatever, or you were in the house practicing and you're, practicing these songs. And when you practice these songs, I want to make sure it's there. Okay. Everybody knows that, right? I'm not going to play it because I will probably get my video taken off, and hopefully it doesn't. But I want to control that there. Space. Okay, just hear me out. Sorry, I had the wrong songs. I didn't get to the Bee Gees one yet. I thought I tagged it the other way, but I didn't. I just tagged one song to it, and that was just itself. Okay, meaning. So I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna pretend that we are playing. Prime example, temperature, right? So if I pull up temperature, right? Just let it get halfway there. Sean Paul's gonna play, so I look for that song. I grab that song, I throw it in. The cool thing though is I tagged another song right here, this drop down low. I tagged that with temperature in there. You understand what I'm saying? So now that song will come up as well. So if I'm playing temperature, boom, I'm rocking temperature, that's dragged up into the player. This song right here shows along. Now I can start tagging different songs. So I can put another song here and say, oh shoot, this song goes with this temperature song, or whatever song I play here. You get the idea. You start building on songs after songs after songs. Prime example, I'll do another one. I'm gonna play Uptown Funk, right? That's a song that I'm gonna play, Uptown Funk, right? So when I'm looking for Uptown Funk, again, if I can spell correctly, right? I wanna play Uptown Funk. Since I'm gonna play Uptown Funk, I also tag the song with Vanilla Ice. I just like that transition. There's a way I throw it in, right? But I didn't have to go search for Vanilla Ice. If you guys understand what I'm saying. Vanilla Ice came up. Same thing, vice versa. If I want to play Vanilla, right? Ice. Uptown Funk came up as well, right? You can see it right here, boom. So you can just start building songs after songs after songs. Now, one thing I would recommend, when you put a tag in, and I haven't done it on this one, And my song, my video is probably gonna get cut off, but let's hope not. All right. You want to go in. I use like a bracket, you know. I use a bracket just to space it for my next song. And that's just, my idea of doing things. Okay, so the way I have everything else set up would be, I have a current folder, and the current folder to me is just like what I'm playing now. So for the last 2 years, what do I play in these last 2 years, and what works? So I'm just like, if I'm playing a song and I'm seeing the crowd likes it, if it's at a wedding, if it's at a private event, whatever it is, and I'm seeing the crowd likes it, that's going to go into my current folder. And I'm just going to keep rotating these folders. I mean, not folders, these songs, and I feel something dies out, like, they're not really feeling the song anymore. I'm not getting a good response. I pull it out and just put it into my regular record, my regular database. Just take out the folder. But it's still in my playlist, in my system, just not in that current section no more. So that's a plus on that. Okay. The other thing would be, the way I have this is I have it set up for a star, and I'm going to go to the stars. But me personally, and I know there's some guys out there are probably like doing it to the T. I don't know, But, back in the day when we were definitely busy doing all these weddings, I didn't have the time. Or even if I did have the time, I felt this is the easy way for me. Again, I'm not saying to do it, but it just works out for me. I go in and out my record pools. I'm not saying I'm there every day, but I go in and out. But when I'm there, I'll download a ton of music, I might download 10 songs one day, not download anything else for a couple of days, then download another 10, 15, 5 here and there. By that month, I downloaded a handful of songs. I'll do it again for the next month and probably another month. And I'll keep going, whatever. I'm not saying I stop, but I find out for me, I like every 3 months. So this every 3 months folder, I have it broken down by 2018, 2019, all the way up to 2020. So your 19s and your 20s, right? And basically, it gives you a breakdown of like, I have it in January through March, April, and just so forth and so on. You can see where you are in your months of what you downloaded. So like, right now we're only up until we're in April, right? So I'm still downloading stuff that's going to go into this April and June folder, but there's already 85 songs from April to now, or we're in April, so that's it. I have 85 songs that I've downloaded, so I still have to tag all these songs. I still have to go through here and tag these songs, right? And what I mean by tagging, I got to listen to it, or again, I could be on the run and I could be doing stuff in my car. I'm just whatever, I have my headphones in, and my phone has all this music, so I can listen to these songs and drag these songs into now my star rating. So these right here will live on my phone, and I basically could drag these songs, into this section, right? Which I'm feeling what would be, for this and that for this, right? And then you have your stars, and this is a smart list. So anytime a song is dragged or has one of these in here, right? Anytime I put a star in here, it would automatically go to the correlated number. So again, 1 star, 5 star, 2 star, whatever, whatever it might be. That would be it. That's one of my takeaways. So basically for the music and using iTunes, I think it's light. I think it's, best that you use it here. You don't have to worry about being in Serato all the time. And me personally, when I'm in Serato, that's when you can do your cue points and stuff like that. But I'm just trying to get my music in order, get it, where I feel like certain songs sound good maybe with each other, get ideas. I don't always have to DJ to get an idea, and as well, just some of the stuff they put on here is not needed. Sometimes I'll tag the song a certain way and it's not tagged correct. I'm still working on my tags, but it's very, very, very extensive, how I have it. And when I see the word tags, that means that, this section needs to have some tag in there. I need to have tags. Instead of being blank, I'd rather just have literature, if you Billboard hits, all the way down to where it came from, and I got a lot of Billboard hits, a lot of dancehall, a whole bunch of things, record pools. I'm not saying I would go and look at all that, but it's just, this is how I have iTunes set up. Serato is definitely a little bit different, but it does correlate most of the columns from, the composer, name, artists, and so forth and so on. As I said, other folders would be your following system. For me, I do a lot of weddings. Our company is based, out of Florida, and we do a lot of weddings. So I have it broken down where, it's just simple. This could be ideas I have used over the time, a wedding ceremony, cocktail, stuff like that. It's preset. And if I think something's cool, I can throw it in there and it's already built. And I can go on my iPad, so forth, so on. And if I have another DJ, that's the only way you're going to get better and learn. So my thing would be is I listen to a lot of DJs. I listen to their mixes. And if their mixes are downloadable, I will download it. And there's websites or record pools where you do download full mixes. And this is kind of like my mix section here, I keep these mixes, and this could be just ideas. Now, hear me out. There's songs in here that you might not even be able to get on record pools. And you have an idea where you could take it and chop it and just put it into your repertoire. There's so many different things. But again, it's managed in iTunes. It does correlate into Serato. But same process, tags, genre, whatever you might use, do it. And that's probably one of the coolest things I have. There's so many different mixes that you could get and ideas from other DJs, how they flip the song, just so many different thoughts. So that's basically how I use iTunes. Again, I think it's simple. It's on your computer if you're using a Mac. It's lightweight. It's free, depending on the year your Mac you had. And last but not least, you can get it on your phone, and I will show you how to do that. Just bear with me. So you get on your phone by going to the Apple Store. I was already there, right? I think what you're going to do then is you're going to go to search and just go to match, right? I think it's match. Yeah, and then you click on subscribe to iTunes Match, and basically iTunes Match gives you access to all your music on your devices, even songs that you imported from other sources like CDs. So basically, I think it's $25 or 24 something. It doesn't show the price, but this is a secret, and I'm not sure how everybody missed this. But for me, again, I could be anywhere in the world, in my Mac at home, and I downloaded some music or whatever, and I could just kind of go through my library and kind of like listen to these songs and get some ideas of what I think of them and stuff like that. And then I could just put them in a folder. So that's pretty dope. Hope this helped out. If there's any questions, just leave it in the comment. Practice and stay tuned for the next video. Make sure you subscribe. Peace.